It is a rainy, ordinary night in Philadelphia. The city is quiet, and behind closed doors, the glow of computer screens provides the only light in thousands of bedrooms. A 12-year-old boy is playing an online game when a message pops up. Want to become famous? He clicks yes. The camera glitches, the lights flicker, and by the next morning, the boy is gone. The disappearance triggered a federal response. Inside the J. Edgar Hoover building in Washington, D.C., a specialized task force began connecting the boy's digital footprint to a much larger web. Director Kash Patel's team activated a nationwide tracking map. Red dots began blinking across almost every state, marking dozens of children who had vanished under identical circumstances. These were orchestrated abductions. Every lead pointed back to a single, faceless entity on the dark web known as Mercy_404, a trafficker who turned digital lures into physical kidnappings. Special Agent Ryan Cole took point on the case. An ex-military investigator with a reputation for efficiency, Cole operated with a level of detachment that made him the Bureau's most effective hunter. But the detachment was a mask. Years earlier, Cole's younger sister had vanished. The case was never solved, leaving him with a personal trauma that drove his career in the F.B.i. While reviewing the Mercy_404 files, Cole found a specific forensic pattern. A crude drawing of a black crown appeared in the new digital evidence, the same symbol found in the cold case file of his sister. The hunt was no longer just a federal operation. Cole was now pursuing a predator who had been operating in the shadows for decades. Locating Mercy_404 meant piercing the anonymity of the dark web. The suspect used encrypted networks to bounce his location across the globe, staying one step ahead of traditional tracking. The breakthrough came when the cyber unit infiltrated a live auction on a hidden server. Masked users were placing bids on the identities and locations of missing children in real time. To find him, analysts deployed a digital ping trap, capturing his true IP address the exact millisecond he broadcast his black crown signature. The trap worked. The encrypted layers fell away as the F.B.i. locked onto a physical router on the East Coast. The trace led the team directly to the Philadelphia docks, an abandoned industrial sector where the digital signal met the water. By exploiting the criminal's need to display his symbol, the F.B.i. had successfully turned an anonymous ghost into a physical target. Midnight. 50 tactical vehicles moved silently through a Philadelphia downpour. This was Operation Iron Pursuit, a massive deployment designed to lock down the waterfront. Tactical teams breached the warehouse doors with explosive force, moving through the structure with overwhelming speed to prevent any destruction of evidence. Inside, they found rows of computer monitors and live surveillance feeds flickering in the dark. But as the teams moved deeper, they found only empty iron cages. Cole checked every corner of the facility. The children were gone, and for a moment it appeared they had arrived at an empty shell. The dozens of agents and high-tech equipment were useless if the targets were already being moved to a new location. They were standing in a silent warehouse, seconds away from losing the trail. Then Cole spotted it, a hidden elevator mechanism concealed in the floor. He activated it, descending into a red-lit concrete bunker built beneath the warehouse. The air in the bunker was heavy with the heat of server fans. In the center of the room sat a man in a black hoodie, waiting behind a bank of computers. The confrontation was immediate. Alarms triggered as Cole tackled the suspect into the server racks, shattering hardware and cutting the power to the bunker's network. When Cole removed the man's mask, he found a face known across the country. This was a respected child psychologist, a man who frequently appeared in televised charity events as a hero for vulnerable youth. He had used his professional reputation to gain access to the very children he was selling. His public life provided the perfect cover for his private crimes. Tactical teams fanned out through the subterranean tunnels. They used breaching tools to force open a series of reinforced doors at the end of the hall. Dozens of missing children were found inside. They emerged into the light of the tactical flashlights, moving from the cages toward the agents waiting to take them home. A young girl grabbed Cole's hand and asked if they were safe. After years of chasing the ghost of his own sister, Cole could finally tell a victim that the danger was over. The evidence found in the bunker led to more than 350 arrests. It remains one of the largest and most successful anti-trafficking operations in the Bureau's history. Mercy 404 was sentenced to life in prison. In his final court appearance, he looked at the cameras and smiled, a reminder that the dark web provides endless space for others to take his place. This operation turned a digital signature into a physical rescue, dismantling a network that spanned the entire country. But as long as these platforms offer a way to hide in plain sight, the hunt for those in the shadows continues.